I'm Amy Merrick. I teach in the journalism program and I lead the New York Journalism December intercession trip.
And can you tell us a little bit about a basic overview of the program, where you'll be going, and what the students will be studying?
Students in the program travel to New York City the first week in December and get to visit a wide range of newsrooms to see how journalism is practiced in New York and to see how they themselves might fit into the industry. So some of the places that we've visited in the past have included the New York Times, Good Morning America, the Associated Press, the Wall Street Journal, ProPublica, and also other smaller startup newsrooms to see what that part of the business looks like. Students get to meet with journalists, editors, and producers to talk about how they do their work and ask questions about how to build their careers. We also do some cultural events in New York City. So, for example, we have been to the Tenement Museum, which is a preserved tenement on the Lower East Side where students really learn about the history of immigration to New York City, which is something that's been very relevant in the past few years. Around the December trip, we have some meetings in Chicago. We meet once in November to prepare for the trip. And when we get back in December, we have 3 days of meetings where students can debrief, talk about what they've learned, and do some presentations on the newsrooms that they visited.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us a little bit about what you are most excited about in leading this program?
My favorite part about the New York journalism trip is how much confidence it builds in students. When they come back, they say they can really see themselves working in the industry. Often they'll make connections with specific people that we visit, and those build into relationships over time. We also have a great alumni reception as part of our week in New York, and that's another way that students can make contacts. So I often feel that when we come back from New York, students are really making that transition from being a student journalist to being a professional journalist, starting to think about how they want to pitch and freelance stories, how they're going to build connections with people, both in New York and in other places they might like to work, and just really becoming a part of a world that they've gotten really excited about.
Thank you. So why should students choose this program over all the other programs that we offer?
I think if students imagine themselves working in New York someday and they haven't been there, they should try it and see how they like it. Cities have cultures that are all their own, even within the United States. New York and Chicago and LA are very different from one another. And so it's good to get a sense of, do you like the pace of New York City? Do you like the way that these newsrooms are structured? It's also great for students who want to see the breadth of possibilities in journalism, whether it's working at a small startup nonprofit newsroom or one of the biggest publications like the New York Times. There's a lot of different ways to succeed in journalism, and students get a sense of how they might fit in and what is most important to them in terms of values and the kind of work that they want to do. So really getting immersed in this business and thinking about how you can find a place that makes you feel personally satisfied, I think are great reasons to choose this trip.